With summertime winding down here in the upper Midwest, it's time to switch our focus from fishing to hunting. So we're going out and getting our trail cameras all set up this week. We've had some running earlier, but we went and got the rest of them set up this week and on the spots, on the stands. So join along with us as we brave severe thunderstorms and some hellacious mosquitoes just to get our trail cameras set up. Well, this might not be the greatest idea I've ever had, but it's getting into August here. I'm a month behind. I gotta get some trail camera work done. I'm going out to hang up these Spy Point Flex S dark cameras that I got, and I don't got a lot of choices and days to do it, so we're heading out today. But unfortunately, as you can see for this radar shot right here, that we got some storms coming, so I'm gonna have to take a 1 mile walk back through a swamp, drop off some cameras, and get back out, and hopefully I don't get caught in like a tornado or some stuff. I got my rain gear. I don't got a hard hat. That would have been nice for them trees flying through the air that hopefully I don't get caught into. But yeah, we're heading out to the Stompin Grounds. We're gonna get these trail cameras hung. I'm gonna show you how I'm doing it, where I'm doing it, and try and give you a few tips on how to best hang your trail camera in the woods. So let's get up there and hopefully we can stay dry in the process. Well, so far we've gotten pretty lucky on the rain front. It's held off, but I'm going to be out in this woods for about an hour, so hopefully I get lucky and it keeps holding out, because I got to walk way back there for quite a ways to put these trail cameras in, and it seems to happen every year that I come out when days we're calling for storms. But so it's not going to be the first time I've been out in this woods in a thunderstorm, and well, hopefully the next time doesn't happen today. But the one thing I did forget is my big old can of deep woods off, and this swamp back here, whew, it gets pretty nasty with mosquitoes. Especially it's hot, it's sticky, you know, it's humid, and these mosquitoes just love it. So because I forgot my off, at least I have this, and I would like to thank Shelly from Fort Myers for hooking us up with these mosquito repellents when we were down there, because once again, even a couple months later, you're a lifesaver. Thanks, Shelly. Smells a lot better too than that off. I tell you, it's these early seasons like this when I'm walking through the woods, because like I said, I've got a really far walk. It's really dense Wisconsin woods. This time of year, all my trails are completely covered up. I've got no trails to walk on. So really this is the time of the year where I really rely on my Onyx Hunt app, because if it wasn't for that, even though I know these woods like the back of my hand this time of year, it doesn't take much to get turned around in this thing. So, especially with this long of walk. So, I'm about halfway there. Keep on trucking. This is actually the area I was kind of most worried about. All cattails and switchgrass. Got about 150 yards of this to cross. I was really hoping it wasn't going to be flooded, but I got lucky on that. It's not. And in certain spots, the deer have kept this remarkably open, so I can still almost make out a trail. Well, you know, it might be cloudy with all those storms rolling in, but I tell you, it's upper 80s, and the humidity's probably right up with it. Picked the wrong day to do trail cameras. Just got stopped right in my tracks. I got a deer right ahead of me. It's actually a doe and a fawn. But being with the rain, I didn't bring my cameras with. I got my iPhone with. I didn't bring in my cameras, so I can't really zoom in on her. But it's cool. We got a doe, we got a fawn. That means we got more deer for next year. The future's already looking bright. The future's so bright. Gotta wear shades. every year, deep in the woods like this, everything changes from year to year. Trees change, trails change, everything changes. When they were taking this trail last year, they could be taking the trail 30 yards over to my left this year. So what I'm trying to do here is find a spot where I've got multiple visible trails that are meeting together. Now, they're still using, I can tell because this is all beat up here, but they're still using the same trail that I had cameras on the past couple of years. So if I can find where a couple of trails meet into one with a good opening, I got a good chance of getting some good pictures. You want to maximize your chances of getting deer if you can get them, instead of putting it on a single trail, but get to where 2 or 3 or 4 or even more trails meet together. You're going to have a lot better odds on capturing what you want to capture. This looks like it's going to be pretty good back in here. It's really not going to be far from where I had it last year. Looks like a lot of the same trails are being used. So I'm going to find a place right in here and we'll get her set up. Now I went and stuck it on a tree that I actually used a couple years ago for this. And it's actually, this tree has been the center of a few of my cameras. So it's just a matter of adjusting. So from one year to the next, but this one I put it on this tree again. I just got a single pine of some sort in this little hardwood flat. So let me show you what I did here. Okay, so I got the trail camera. She's mounted. It's mounted straight going this way, and let me show you what I'm looking at. Now, if you can make it out, I have a trail coming right here through there like that and going up into there, and I got another trail this way, and over here there's another trail, and they all kind of intersect. Now the reason I do this is I want to get the deer walking towards the camera or away from the camera. You don't want to put it perpendicular to the trail looking directly at it, because as the deer walks by your camera, it's going to take a picture, but it's going like this in front of the camera instead of like going head on. So what you're going to do is it's going to take that little bit of a trigger delay that they got. They're not quite instant, and you're going to get a lot more butt flashes. Just the pictures of the ass end of the deer, and that's all you're going to see, because it's walking through and it snaps the picture, but a lot of times they just get out of frame. Now if you get them walking dead onto the camera, you got them in that trigger zone for 5, 6, 10 seconds, even more, depending on how they're moving. Even if they're running fast, you got a second or two for that camera to actually take a picture. Now, if you get them walking across the camera like this, you've got a half a second for that camera to catch that rack or catch the head and not give you that butt shot. So run your trail camera so it's looking down the trail, so you get them coming and going. They'll spend a lot more time in your trigger area to set off the pictures on the camera than going across. That's the best trail camera tip that I can give you on how to set up your camera. Now I've also got it, it's about waist level. You got to try and figure out the height of the deer. So you're going to catch, if you have it up too high, you're going to not catch those deer that might scoot underneath there. If you get it too low, you're going to be triggered, a whole bunch of false triggers by grass and sticks and stuff like that, and you're not going to get them. They'll actually spend less time in the trigger zone if it's too high or too low. You got to have it right centered, right on the right height. What I try and do is put that camera so it'd be right on the heart level of the deer, right where you'd shoot, because that's where it's going to be able to spend the most time in your trigger area to make sure you get that picture. And it's all about maximizing every opportunity you can get to make that camera work the best for you. If you don't have it set up correctly, you're not optimizing what that camera can do for you. So take a few minutes and think about how you're setting it up, how you're pointing it, how the deer are walking. Take all these into account when you're setting up your trail camera. Now, the thing I like about this Flex S Dark is this built-in solar charger up here. Now, when I got it stuck deep back in the woods, it's completely shaded all the time. You'd think, well, what good is a solar panel going to do if you're not getting sun? Well, the one thing it does do is it will keep your battery maintained. So if you have a full battery, when you stick it out here, you're still going to have a full battery at the end of the year. It's just going to maintain it. Now, if you bring your phone, if you bring this camera out and you got, say, 30% of battery life, 30%, that's not going to get you by a week with those, without having to change the batteries. But you put it on the solar charger like this, and it's going to maintain it. You're not going to recharge your battery. It's not going to bring it back up to full battery, but at least it's going to keep it around that same point, so you ain't got to worry about it dying on you. Now, me, I charge this up completely. So I fully expect that I'm never going to have to come out here because of battery outage ever, till I take it back out at the end of the year. So that's one of the things I really like about this camera. And now it's just a matter of seeing what it does for us. So I have high hopes for it. I talked to the Spy Point people quite a bit about their cameras. And well, we'll see how she goes. So it's out there. It's soaking. Time to start getting pictures of them deer. Starting to get hyped up for deer season. We're 1 month and 4 or 5 days or something like that away. So we're getting close. I got so much to do. Give us a follow at Willis Outdoors on Facebook. We got Jim Willis Outdoors on TikTok and the Willis Outdoors 1 YouTube page. Now it's time for me to get my butt out of this woods before the storm gets here.
At 1:55 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 11 miles northeast of Amherst to 13 miles northeast of Chain O Lakes to 6 miles east of Wapaka, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. Hazard, 60 miles an hour wind gust.
Well, I got out of the woods just in time. I got about 100 yards from the road after getting back there a mile to put in my trail cameras, and the skies opened up. I had trees falling down. The only thing I could do was shut my Onyx off, put my phone back in my pocket, and start running the direction I thought the road was in. That's not fun. But anyway, I'm out. I'm freaking soaked, and trail cameras are in.